Okay, I know my hair's whatever, it's too hot to wear a hat. That's why you hear the fan in the background. And if you can hear the birds, got the windows up because it's hot. Um, yeah, my hair, you know, I haven't been to a barber in a while for obvious reason. And it's too hot to put on a hat, so there you go. I'm going to do this video for a while now, or one like it. But I have so many movies. Like, I don't know how I would do it. Because just getting these together were a bitch. It's going to be a bitch putting them back. I actually hurt myself, so. These are, it's my entire TV show collection. You know, maybe you'll find something here you can watch while we're in quarantine, you know? Alright, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, Anthology Horror Part 1. Alright, first up, Masters of Horror, because every horror fan needs Masters of Horror. I gotta explain what that is. Like, literally, like John Carpenter, John Landis, Dario Argentino, Toby Hooper, DeLay Toby Hooper, I'm sorry. You know, the list goes on. All came together to, and they actually do meet. I don't know if they still do, but they did meet and just talk about horror and stuff. They all came together to make this TV series, which is each episode is a movie directed by one of these legendary directors here. And I like under John Carpenter it says cigarette burns. That's funny for a lot of reasons. But yeah, and so yeah, 13 episodes. This is season one because I didn't know there was a season two. So yeah, I saw that, I had to pick it up. And imagine my surprise when I found out that there's a Masters of Science Fiction. Holy crap. Um, I would definitely get into this. You can see it's in plastic. It's not open yet, but I will be watching that. Hosted by the late Stephen Hawking. That's cool. And then keeping on that theme of TV shows that each episode is a movie, the one Stephen King book that I've read and still have, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I mean, yeah, it's like Masters of Horror, but it's all Stephen King. There you go. The best one, I think, one of my favorite ones is the William Hurt episode because there's almost no dialogue, and that's hard to do, especially this day and age. It's awesome. And then the Outer Limits Aliens Among Us Collective, which I talked a bit about before in another video. So I won't get too much into it. It's just a collection of some of their Alien episodes. It isn't all of them, but it's a good watch. Like, and this is easily streamable everywhere. I don't know about Nightmares and Dreamscapes, but I know Masters of Horror. That's also you can stream it right now, and you can stream that. I imagine you can stream Masters of Science Fiction. Like, it makes sense. All right, sticking with sci-fi. Oh boy, I have a lot of sci-fi. Invasion. I bought this because I thought it was something I watched when I was a kid. It's not. I found out what I was looking for, but this, as you can tell by the title, is basically a TV show of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, kind of. And I have this, and as you know from another video, I have the Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy, Veronica Cartwright movie from the '70s, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I also have the Nicole Kidman remake called Invasion. So yeah, I like this kind of stuff. Like, I haven't watched this yet, so I couldn't tell you too much about it. But the William Fichtner's in it. That's cool. Oh, I recognize that guy. Can't remember his name. Uh, yeah, there's the cast right there. Let's see. Well, yeah. The next one is interesting because I tried so hard to get into this show and just could not for whatever reason. So I bought this Tried to watch it, but still trying to get into it. But what's funny is I actually watched the revival that's on, or reboot that's on now. I'm talking about Roswell. I watched Roswell, New Mexico on CW. And I get the references from this show and the book. I'm a fan of the franchise. So much trouble getting into this, though. I don't know why. Obviously, these are about aliens. Um, and it's more about relationships. And maybe that's why, because I was looking forward to seeing some aliens. And they're talking about like, relationships. I'm like, I don't want. I was in it for the sci-fi, not the romance. Um, yeah, this is really. I can't really say anything about it because it just goes in one ear, out the other. I retain not much. I know. I think it was her. She started up in Roswell, New Mexico. That was pretty cool. She directed an episode. I can tell you more about the reboot than this one. Like I tried, I really did. And we go all the way back to the '80s. Quantum Leap. I've seen a little bit of this. I saw it for cheap, so I bought it. And if you know what Quantum Leap is, he leaps, jumps from different times and eras and does stuff. Sam Beckett has a date with destiny. Where'll he end up next? That's basically it. Scott Bakula. If you're a Star Trek fan like I am, and want to rinse the taste of Enterprise out of your mouth, here's a good Scott Bakula TV show. Although, I don't hate Enterprise as much as most, which is funny. Still with the sci-fi. Like I said, I have a lot of sci-fi here. Oops. Okay, I'll just grab them like this. We have Stargate Atlantis Season 1. I love this whole franchise, but Atlantis is my favorite of all the series. I have the movie too, Stargate. So yeah, uh, Jason Momoa, like Jason Momoa is in this. You don't see him here. You see Rainbow Franks, Rachel Luttrell. This guy's in everything sci-fi. Everything. I forgot his name. Like this is a good ass show. If you want to see a young, not as much good Jason Momoa, just have a good time jumping through Stargates and it's awesome. I only got season one. That's as far as I am, which you'll see the pattern of. Like that's as far as I am in my collection. I've seen the whole show. Obviously, when it was on Sci-Fi. So the next one, I couldn't tell you too much about. I watched a little bit of it. I saw it for cheap, and I saw Peter Weller's in it. And I'm a RoboCop fan. RC5. I know it's a Canadian show that didn't last too long. This is basically it, right? Yeah, the complete series. Yeah. So yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Um, it will take some extra attention for me to get into, but I can get into it. So I could really tell you it wasn't bad. Uh, it's a bit different from the other ones, but you'll see a pattern in the stuff I like. All right, this next one, as you can see, I bought it for $3.99 at Disc Replay. Lex, seasons 1 and seasons 2. Seasons 1 and 2. I actually started watching this and I stopped because that is worth talking about at a greater length. Season 1 is just what, 4 episodes? I can do that. Season 2 is 20. But yeah, no, this is awesome. From the little bit I saw, it's really awesome. From some familiar names in there. Um, like I wanted to give my actual opinion. Like, as I watch it, that's why I didn't keep on yet. This is awesome, so I'm going to get back into it and review it because it's worth that from the brief bit I saw. And this next one, everybody seems to talk about so much so that for a brief period, it whooped Star Trek's ass. Talking about Babylon 5. I finally brought this. I've heard so much about it. I still haven't opened it. Well, I still haven't seen it yet, but I know so much about it somehow. They use interesting effects in here, and people are turned off by them. It's like, I'm not, obviously. You've been following. I love this 90s stuff. Uh, I know Claudia Kristen is in it. I know that much. Oh, there she is right there. Claudia Kristen. Yeah, boom. Yeah, I will get into it. I just, I grew up Star Trek, so I'm a hint hesitant. That's why. Size importance. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Still in sci-fi. Uh, Now we're getting to the stuff I know about. Or should I say, I wish I knew about back then. Friggin' Farscape, man. Come on. Claudia Black. You follow John Crichton. She plays Claudia Black is Erin there. Uh, uh, that's Virginia Hay. I forgot her character's name. That's Dargo. Dargo, right there. He's like the Klingon of the show. I guess he's like the Deanna Troy, the psychic of the kind of show, which is kind of a plant. And the captain is John Crichton. I can't remember his actor's name, but he plays John Crichton. Badass name for a badass character. This is not like the other shows like Star Trek, uh, other ones you might see me mention, like Dark Mirror. It's kind of like Dark Mirror on Sci-Fi. If you used to watch that, bunch of reluctant, uh, reluctant criminals come together, and they don't necessarily have space adventures like I like. They just run into situation after situation, and it's often very entertaining. I wish I would have watched this back in the '90s when it was on. I would have watched the crap out of this. Like, I'm kicking myself hard for not knowing anything about it, but apparently not too many people did, which is weird because it has such a following. So much so it has another series, and they're talking about doing a movie. So, like, my goodness, man. And how about this big bulky one? Because I like how it looks. I like that. You got the living ship, which um, it's kind of like Andromeda. It's kind of like Andromeda too. Andromeda, because he is alive and she's sassy as hell. This ship just wants to do its job. He's just there to help, and they take advantage of him because the dude, the pilot, he basically knows what the ship wants. You gotta watch it. It's crazy. Um, I like this so much. I bought season two on Blu-ray, 15th anniversary, and I'm currently right there on season two. Uh, yeah, I would have got it like this, but these take up space, and these not so much. So, I think I played the game a long time ago, not knowing what it was. One of the weirdest games I ever played. We're still in sci-fi, because I like sci-fi. Now we're getting to what inspired all of this. We're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Gene fucking Roddenberry. Okay, we'll do this. I have here Star Trek Captain's Log. This is all five, well, then all five captains coming together for the first time, talk about their favorite episodes and introduce them. So this is fucking awesome. I know we know at least two of them have met. Three of them have met. Now we have all of them. Three. Well, okay. Cisco met Picard. That was a bitch. Uh, Picard met Janeway in Nemesis, right? It's the red of, and then I believe Picard far alongside. Oh shit! Okay, yeah, Picard far alongside Shatner and crap ass generations. Three hours of crap for 15 minutes. Awesome. And then Stewart, like Picard, might have met Bakula. Because the finale was even able to like, what the fuck was that? I don't know. Still, this is awesome. It's really awesome. Huge Star Trek fan. This is where it began. The legend, Gene Roddenberry, and we're sticking with that. Gene Roddenberry was not just known for Star Trek. He was also known Earth Final Conflict. Okay, this fucking show. I used to watch it all the time as a kid, and whenever I rewatch it, it takes me right back there, man, to the '90s. This is a little bit different. It's a different spin on the kind of stuff Roddenberry used to do. Like, for instance, Star Trek, where they're on a ship and they have their adventures. Like Voyager was a bit different because they're lost, trying to find their way back. Um, but this is like really different. Like, shit is flipped, and it's interesting to say the least. Uh, and the aliens, I've always liked the look of them. You can kind of see through the glare the aliens there. They look pretty cool, you know. Um, this one, it's a, as much as I hate to say it, a much more realistic take on what something like Star Trek would be, you know. And it works. It's good. But we're not done with Roddenberry just yet. No, no, no. I have myself talked about a lot. Holy crap. And that is Andromeda. I love this show. I grew up on this show. I had a technically I had a crush on all the girls, but it was the cute purple girl, Trans Gemini, as played by Laura Bertram. And yes, I did mark out when she came back to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Hell yeah. Uh, Biggest crush on her, man. My goodness. But I love all the Andromeda, like total badass. Uh, you got Becca Valentine, played by I forgot her name. Becca Valentine's a badass too. Andromeda's played by Lecter Doig. That's pretty cool. You see a bunch of people from it. You got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like, he's pretty awesome. You see him on iZombie, and he was in Bride of Chucky, one of the best kills, my personal opinion. You know, and of course, I can't not talk about Captain Dylan fucking Hunt, Kevin Sorbo. When I found out Kevin Sorbo had another show after Hercules ended, I was so happy. When I started watching this, I was so confused. I'm like, he cut his hair. What is, you know, he's on the ship now? Okay. And I watched it up until about last season 2 here. Oh shit! I didn't talk about oh, I'll talk about him in a minute. Yeah, season 2 here, uh, and season 3. That's about where I stopped watching originally, and apparently that's where things really came to a head between Kevin Sorbo and this dude here with a dredge, Keith Hamilton Cobb, who grew to hate working with Sorbo so much he went back to being a soap actor. A damn. And you know, because Kevin Sorbo had become an executive producer, and the show began to really show that. You know, they already talked about religion because one of the characters, this dude here in the full bodysuit, real soldier, Rev, I can't remember his name, but it was even more so when Kevin Sorbo became executive producer, and he also became kind of the one, like one of those characters, and the show kind of shifted a bit, lost a few fans, myself included. I remember when Keith Hamilton Cobb left. That's when I stopped watching. I'm like, what? Because I was really liking it. A lot of people were liking him. He was getting over huge. Kevin Sorbo couldn't have that. And I'm a fan of Kevin Sorbo. Okay, and say what you will about his religion or whatever. Like, what about Kevin Sorbo later on? You know why. But yeah. But I've come back. I rewatched the show a number of times since I've got these. I only got the first 3 seasons here because I streamed the rest on Roku. They're easily streamable. As is Farscape, forgot to tell you. Easily streamable. So I did that. So yeah, and season 5 is just the Kevin Sorbo show. What did I like? I was like, damn, dude. You know? And you can notice that this looks different. This is season 1. And you can really notice that's in French. You see it says the complete season, and under it says the same thing in French. I had to import this from Canada because it was hard to find for a while. Now it's at fucking Walmart. Well, not this, but something like it. It's at Walmart now, and you can stream it now. Yeah, it looked different than this. I remember I like these big bulky boxes, but space, man. I don't mean space like that. I mean like space here, like these take up space. So yeah, this is the American version, Canadian version. This is one of the two things in my collection I had to import. Yeah, Drama's a good show, regardless of all the backstage politics. And yes, you notice when the show. Once you power through that, good show. We'll be talking about it again with Kevin Sorbo later on. Okay, now if it was right here. Anthology horror. Here we go. First up, it is still in the plastic, but I have seen this show. Like you can stream this too very easily. A lot of these are on Amazon Prime, by the way. So, Alfred Hitchcock presents the original from the '50s. Good ass show. Iconic host, iconic opening theme song, iconic suspense. I don't know what I could say about Alfred Hitchcock. Okay, my goodness, man, just good shit, really good shit. I know it came back in the '80s somehow after he died. I was trying to find that show, but I couldn't find it. So, sticking with our theme, we're going Nickelodeon. I alluded to this show earlier. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have seasons 1, season 2, and season 3. Now you will notice once again, season 1 looks a bit different than season 2. To my knowledge, this is not the Canadian. This is a Canadian show once again, but this is not the Canadian release. This is a U.S. release, not by Nickelodeon. This is Nickelodeon. You can see the yellow Nickelodeon right there. This is their release, and they all kind of look like this, kind of boring. This one wasn't, so I brought it. And the only difference really is the theme song plays on this one. That awesome, scary ass theme song plays on this one. This one they played the closing theme song in the menus instead of the actual theme song. And also the interface is a bit better on this one for me. A lot more fun. So just a giant list, which again Nickelodeon's been doing. Yeah, this show is scary as hell. As a kid watching this, definitely scarier than Goosebumps. Let me tell you, okay? Love them both, but this one, man. This is like the '90s version of Sesame Street. Every kid who watched this back in the day has that one episode that fucked them up. Mine, The Tale of the 13th Floor. Of I can't even. Then the twist. Oh hell. Ugh. Watch this show is awesome. I got the first 3 seasons because that's where I'm at. I'm still watching this. I can't say more about it. And it came back as I said earlier, and it's different. It's different, but still awesome. And like I said, there's some familiar faces from the show's past and from pop culture. Like Laura Bertram came back, and I was like, whoa, it's Laura Bertram. I forgot she was even on this show, and Goosebumps for that matter. Like, yeah, she was on here twice too. Yeah. Alright, this next one I may have cracked it open a little bit. I've seen a little bit, and I only brought this for one reason only. It's That man right there, legend, Rod Sterling. I saw him. I was like, I'm buying it. It's a season one, by the way. Um, I thought it'd be like a Twilight Zone type deal. Mm. Still, from what I've seen, a little bit I've seen. Wow, like there's even an episode that's basically the whole Good Place TV show. It's basically that. And I like how when that show came out, the people were referencing this show like they did it in Night Gallery first, and it was better. Like, give it a chance. But yeah, just like Twilight Zone, you got Rod Sterling and something horrific and thrilling that's worth your time. And there's a movie. Hot damn. Okay, Sally Field, and yeah, you got guest stars galore. Sally Field, Vincent Price, Lindsay Wagner, Carl Reiner, and there's even more. Look at this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Diane Keaton, Joan Crawford, Roddy McDowell. Directors like Spielberg. Spielberg. Watch this. I believe we can stream this too. So I might watch this soon. What? Get back into this? Yeah. Continuing with anthology horror. I couldn't do anthology horror without talking about. Holy, holy crap. Tales from the Crypt. I watched this show as a kid, and the Crypt Keeper used to scare the hell out of me. Look at him. Look, you see that dude scared the hell out of me as a kid. I don't know why he's funny, but at the same time, he will kill you. And so many puns, so many puns. And talk about guest stars. You got people who didn't even do TV, like Christopher Reeve guest starred in an episode, and he fought Jude Law, which was, and they knew that it was, but they did it. Oh my goodness! Like yeah, like these are based on the comics. Like I have some comics in my collection, and I have the movies. This script with this script keeper, those three movies, and I have the original two movies from the '70s. Cause I'm a fan, man, and I have every single season of this show. And I've seen every single season of this show. That's one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and the crap ass season 7. Yep, this fucking show. Fucking love it, man. And that theme song. Dun, 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 and I laugh. And I have seen Tales from the Crypt Keeper, the cartoon. It is not as bloody, and there's no cussing, no nudity, but you still got the same Crypt Keeper, and you got that same awesome atmosphere, and that is streamable. I know for a fact on Tubi TV. Have fun. Okay, we're still in anthology horror. If I mentioned Tales from the Crypt, you knew I got to mention Tales from the Dark Side. I mean, nostalgia alone. I'm getting warm feelings. Just like I wasn't even around in the '80s, and I get nostalgic watching this. And I know I've been watching this since I was a teenager, but come on, it takes me back to the '80s somehow. I don't know how. And that oh man, that opening. Da 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 da. Man lives in the sunlit world of what he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, a world that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side. Enter synthesizers. It's so ominous. It's scary, atmospheric. I love it. And then the end theme song, which I don't play anymore when they uh when they re-air episodes on Sci-Fi. Sometimes they cut out the outro song or the outro narration. It's like until next time, try to enjoy the daylight. I think the show actually aired like midnight or something. I don't. This shit was scary as hell. There's an episode I remember watching as a kid. Freaked me out so much. My mom was like, "Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's just a woman in a costume. Don't look at it." I'm like, "No, I want to look at it." Man, the atmosphere in this show, man. You know, if you thought Shaq was the first Laker to play a genie, wrong. It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in this show right here. Yep. And I have all four seasons, as well as the movie. So yeah, like this show is such a good watch. I can't recommend it enough. And I'm sure you can find it out there to watch. Finally, finishing off anthology horror, my VHS tape of Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask, because that's the best episode of the whole series. This one and Haunted Mask Part 2. I have plenty of favorites, but none of them top this. None of them top this. That goes for the TV show and the book, okay? I read the books, I watched the show, I saw the first movie. I haven't seen the second one yet, I have not heard good things. And I know they just announced that this is coming back. The books came back years ago, the show's coming back, and they're going to make it more adult. Thank you. Thank you. Because that was really the one complaint with this show. It was almost too child friendly, you know? Only like one or two episodes really scared me. And not the ones you might think either. Not Slappy or not. The Haunted Mask was one of them, obviously. And the other one was the one with the bug, with the eyes. The bug dude with the eyes. You know what I mean? That was it. You see Carly Beth with the mask right there. That's awesome. You see the other mask. That's awesome. This show was awesome. Uh, and it says it right there. Viewers beware. You're in for a scare. Oh, fun fact, the dude in the intro with the briefcase, that's R.L. Stine. Yeah. Fox Kids, whatever happened Saturday morning, just a weekday afternoon, like, to be a kid in the 90s, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. And you can stream Goosebumps on Netflix right now. So go do that. Alright, I didn't know where to put this. It is horror. Uh, and I'm gonna be honest, I only got into it because I found out the Undertaker guest starred in the episode as an undead demon that takes souls. So basically has himself, but with heavier makeup. Poltergeist the Legacy. It's okay. It's alright. I only have season one because it's okay. It's alright. Undertaker gonna come along to like season 5 or something. I'm trying to work my way up, man. It's that's what we watch on TV sometimes. So it's okay. It's certainly not the worst in this franchise. And yes, this is related to the movies, kind of. So yeah, it is. Oh, from the producers of The Outer Limits comes this provocative science fiction series about an ancient order dedicated to battling the evil forces that seek a foothold in the modern world. That's basically it. That's the Patrick. Someone named Patrick. I read his name. That's the plot uh, of the show. The supernatural holds many dark secrets. One group holds the answers. Sure, sure. Where's the Undertaker? That's what I want to know. Where's the Undertaker? Okay. While we're talking about stuff I just got to get real quick here, Max Headroom. I like Max Headroom. I like Matt Frewer. I know he hated wearing this shit, and I'm glad he came back in Pixels as Max Headroom, even though it didn't make any sense. A lot of that movie made no sense, but whatever. Uh, and I know one of the cast members is on a certain list. We won't get into that. It's about Max Headroom and Matt Frewer, not that dude, the other guy. Uh, Holy crap, there he is. Yeah. So Max Headroom was a phenomenon in the 80s. He was also a VJ, a game show host, as well as doing his own show, a sci-fi drama about a mentally disabled man who is somehow, I don't know, scanned into a computer, CGI, which wasn't really CGI because that wasn't really capable of doing that back then. But CGI turns to Max Headroom, crazy shit. Uh, and I know about it through a trailer on my Farscape DVD. That's how I became a fan of Max Headroom. Not Eminem. I knew before Eminem and before Pixels. Okay, like Eminem, Pixels was, but I knew about this before then. Okay, here we go. Let's do cartoons. This is gonna be a long one. Oh shit! Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Nirvana. Never mind. I didn't see. Okay. Yeah, and then this is the other stuff I bought to buy. Mortal Kombat Legacy 2. I got Legacy 1, but it's on my. I got it on Blu-ray along with the first three, not two, three Mortal Kombat movies. There was another animated one back in the 90s. It sucked. But yeah, I did watch the show and the short film that preceded it. I like it, but that's what I'll say. I like it, but like I have problems with it, but it's good. I mean, when a Power Ranger, that's Daniel Southworth right there. That's the Quantum Ranger from Power Rangers Town Force, as fucking Raiden. And right here, you got I can never get his name right, but that's the same actor, Kerry Arasaki. That's all I can say. Never get his name right. As Sang Sung from the first movie. That's him. He did this before he came back in Mortal Kombat 11. It's awesome. There's plenty of stuff like that throughout here. It is really awesome. Problems, yes, but it's awesome. It's okay. It's a quick watch too, not that long, and you absolutely can't stream it because it's on YouTube. Also, you can stream Max Headroom as well and Poltergeist Legacy. That's on Tubi. So yeah, there you go. This next one counts because it's basically a pay-per-view episode of a TV series, and we won't talk about the state they're in now, or what to think about who run it now. Because we're talking about like 1998, like WrestleMania X-rated. Okay, and I thought that it actually was X-rated when I was younger. My dumb ass. It's not. I don't know why they did that with this and WCW uncensored. They weren't uncensored. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, this was a good WrestleMania. Seeing this match right here in particular, seeing Kane and Undertaker meet for the first time was something to behold. Going back and rewatching it, it's still good, real good. It's just they've had better matches, even with each other than this one. Still, it was awesome. It was such a big deal back then. And you got Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels for the title. Yeah, for the title for the W Championship. Was guess this is where Mike Tyson showed up. So yeah, it's supporting WrestleMania. The Intercontinental Championship match for The Rock with the Nation of Domination by any means necessary versus Ken Shamrock. That iconic dumpster match, the New Age Outlaws versus Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. I know Owen Hart's a part of the show too. So is it the best WrestleMania? No, but it's definitely not the worst. You can definitely stream that too on the WWE Network. Whatever for you can stream it. So yeah, it's good stuff. Back when things weren't so damn well, they were, but weren't political in the wrestling world. Whatever, you know. Now we do cartoons. Holy crap! Now we do cartoons. Okay. This first one I've seen a little bit, and I didn't know what to make of it, and so I bought the whole damn series. Aeon Flux, the cartoon. I have the movie too with Charlize Theron. We're not talking about that. I don't even know what to tell you about this. So I couldn't explain it if I wanted to. Yeah, just something you just need to watch and see for yourself. And then I know MTV is talking about bringing this as well as, sorry, as well as some of their other animated shows back. including something you're about to see here in a second. So, yeah. I mean, look at, you see this? How do you explain? Oh no, look at that. Come on. I don't know how to, you know. Oh, we're doing MTV cartoons, by the way. MTV cartoons for now. Celebrity Deathmatch, the Knockout Collection. It is somewhat expensive on Amazon and eBay, but it's well, it isn't on Amazon yet, and eBay, but it's not available to stream anymore on Amazon. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Remember that? Like, yeah, you can still find episodes to watch. It's just a compilation within itself. You can still easily find episodes to watch on YouTube and all that. And there's some celebrity deathmatch on Amazon somewhere, but it's not this epic collection of like so many matches. I was talking about wrestling. You got Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, like months before it actually happened. You got crazy about like Undertaker shows up at one point. The Undertaker shows up at one point and has a match. I'm looking at Kiss right now on the back. I cannot make out who the ladies are, but I see Gene Simmons and Peter Criss, I think, from Kiss. That's pretty cool. But yeah, here's what it says: the Knockout Collection assembles some of the greatest battles in the history of the deathmatch ring. The clay violence hits new levels of mind-boggling gore as Hollywood's babes, hunks, rockers, and more mangle each other in the name of entertainment. And boy, did they! Announcers Johnny Gomez and Nick Diamond, who are fucking badass, bring their bone crunching expertise to the blow by blow as the clay carnage piles up and it over to somebody stops bleeding. I love this show so much, I even bought the video game. I got it somewhere around here. It's okay. And look at the back, look at that. Do you remember him? If you're from the 90s, you know who that is. We're talking about Tyson, you know who this dude is. He refereed that Tyson fight. That's a legend. Judge Mills Lane. Let's get it on. And I know when they brought it back in the mid 2000s, Celebrity Deathmatch, he didn't come back because he is a survivor like myself, a stroke survivor, only he can no longer speak. So they replaced him with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was a good move, a really good move. But still, something was missing. They're talking about bringing it back again. Just fix what was missing, you know? And honestly, I don't care about today's celebrities, but I mean, I'll watch Celebrity Deathmatch, obviously. Yeah, I mean, feature fights, Babelicious bombshells, athletes of aggression, comedians of carnage, the raging rockers, historical hostility, Hollywood homicide, the Hunger Wars, the talk show tussles, monster massacre, divas of destruction, interesting. The family feud, the power struggle. This is good. This show was something else in the 90s. It was okay in the 2000s. They brought it back. Bring it back to its 90s awesomeness if they do really bring this back, because they keep talking about it. So, oh, and they had Debbie Marinopoulos as the interview girl. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Uh, there's another one talking about bringing back. I mean, this was more far gone than the other ones. They already cast one of the characters. Tracy Ellis Ross is playing one of the characters. And it's going to be called Daria, and the other girl's name I forget. It should have been Daria and Jane. That makes way more sense than the other girl, but whatever. Daria is the shit. It is, and I'm glad it's coming back. The Beavis and Butthead was one of those shows, one of the big three shows we couldn't watch growing up. It was Beavis and Butthead, Johnny Bravo, until they met Scooby Doo, and Family Guy. We had to sneak and watch Family Guy and Johnny Bravo. Beavis and Butthead, I guess I was too young to appreciate it, but I grew to like it as I got older. Daria, I didn't know nothing about, but aside from Beavis and Butthead, until I was basically grown. I know Daria had her own show that it was so awesome. Like my goodness, like it is Daria, Jane Lane, and the other characters. This show was just awesome. It's not hard to see why it was popular, and this includes funny story. I brought the Daria movies. I didn't know this collection included the Daria movies. Now I got two copies of the Daria movies. Isn't that something? And I know this particular collection, they have problems with music and all that, but it's fine. It's still Daria as you know her. Good show. Good show. Real good show. I can't say that enough. You know. This next one, once again, I'll level with you. I brought because I heard the Undertaker guest starred, and boy did he. uh, Hugely underrated MTV animated show, Downtown. This show is some of MTV's best work, but it was so underrated. Like it was blink and you miss it. That's how short it was. This one award, yeah, winner, uh, Annecy 2000 TV series over 13 minutes winner. Post and 2000 Best Series for Young Adults and Adults, nominated for a primetime fucking Emmy. Best Animated Program. It follows a group of people in their day-to-day lives. It's that simple. The stories are so well written, so well acted, which is interesting because these people are just people they found voicing themselves essentially. Yeah, these are just people voicing themselves, telling stories of where they live and how they live. It's really awesome, and it's worth your time. Um, and there's all kinds of goodies in here too for collectors like me. Loved by critics, adored by fans, canceled by MTV. That's funny. Yeah, I can't say enough how good this is. This is so good. Like from episode one up to the finale, there's this recurring storyline about a dude being in love with this girl. And in the final episode, they don't go where you think they go. I'm like, well, damn. It's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing either. And I'm okay with that. Really, that's how good this show is. And the animation style, look at that. Look at the animation. Look at yeah. My goodness, man. Like this show needs to come back with the other ones. Damn, it's a good show. And the Undertaker showing up. And when you know it, it evolved into a tag team match player. You just had a convention, a Comic Con type deal because Taker does that in reality. He doesn't. But yeah, Taker was at one of these Comic Con type deals, and people are start giving him shit because wrestling and all that. It's evolved into Taker whooping ass. And one of the people on here, one of the I think it's dude in glasses here, joining them for a tag team match. They just start whooping ass at this convention. It's craziness because Undertaker totally goes to Comic Cons and shit. Because right. This next one, I brought because I wanted to know more about because Family Guy did a joke and they kept the animation style the exact same. That was a joke because it kind of it's always moving. Like you can see a little bit there. Dr. Katz, the animation style, it might not be the best for some, and the movement might bug you, but it is funny as hell. It really is. Dr. Katz, professional therapist. It's this therapist who really shouldn't be a therapist, being a therapist to all these celebrities, and hijinks ensue. Then his personal life, which is also hilarious. And the animation style is you need patience for it. Yes, he's always moving. I think that's where most of the budget went. That was a car for his animation because it's like beyond that, these characters move less than the characters from South Park. You know, and the way it's done, it's almost like this right here, like hardly any movement. Just they're tuck, but it still it works. It really does. And I love this show. I mean, like yeah. And Family Guy's reason for why the characters are always moving and squiggly is apparently Dr. Katz is having some sort of seizure. So, yeah. Alright, our final MTV animated show. And hey, it matches my shirt. Look at that. Spider Man, the new animated series. It doesn't get talked about as much anymore, but I loved it, man. Like, Lisa Loeb, as Mary Jane was awesome. Michael Clark Duncan came back as Kingpin from the Daredevil movie, which was in this he's awesome. Not that movie. He's awesome in that movie, but but this is awesome. He's awesome in this. They bring back other people too from Spider-Man's past. It's a hidden gem among Spider-Man's fans, I think, because this really could have been something else. The animation style is not 2D animated; it's 3D cel-shaded animation, almost like the video games of that time, the Spider-Man video games. And it's just awesome. Like I never heard Spider-Man cuss before until this show. It was Spider-Man's voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, by the way, who came back, ironically, for a video game. Was it Shattered Dimensions or something like that? Like, yeah. Oh, here, yeah, Neil Patrick Harris, Ian Ziering, really? From 902? Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. With guest voice talent from rocker Rob Zombie, rap star Eve, Gina Gershon, Kathy Griffin, Michael, I talked about him, Stan Lee, of course, and more. Like, I really think this is worth a watch, and this is season one, right? Yeah, season one, I believe. I love this show, and this is actually easily streamable because it's empty. Like, I think a lot of these are easily streamable, except Downtown for some reason. I have to YouTube that one. Wow, 51 minutes, and I'm not even close to done. Uh, Sticking with anime, with cartoons, fucking A. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, motherfucking Beetlejuice. Yeah, it's still in the plastic, but obviously I've seen the show before when I was a kid. I still have a VHS tape of when I recorded it off of TV. It was on Fox Kids back when I was a kid, so I still have that. I don't know when I did it, but I did it. Uh, if you love the movie, the show, the show is right up your alley. It really is. No, Beetlejuice is not Michael. It's not Michael Keaton, and Lydia is not Winona Ryder. But these two do a good job, though. They do. And if you watch the movie, I think it's a bit weird because they're married in this. I guess Lydia's grown up now. Yeah, and it's just a bunch of insanity, really. This TV show. It's Showtime. Really, really awesome show. Executive produced by Tim Burton, and again, that makes sense. All right, back to Nickelodeon. Cat Dog. Cat Dog. Alone with Cat Dog. Yeah. This show is my childhood. Um, Thank you, Cars. Yeah. There's always one question about Cat Dog. How the hell they use the restroom? Even Family Guy asks that. How the hell? Because they have a restroom. You see their restroom. How does that work? The closest answer we get is whatever dog eats, cat throws up. And then dog sometimes does hair bars. That's the only explanation we get. I would love to know how in the world they use the restroom. I can't imagine this pleasant at all. Uh, Cat is voiced by Jim Cummings. Dog is voiced by this generation's man with a thousand voices, Tom Kenny. And you got Maria Bamford is Shriek. And I can keep going. Like this show is just so good. And you got on top of this cliff. Yeah. Um and like Randolph says, oh, you love it. The, I did that rabbit character, whatever his name is, Cat Dog. What are you doing here, Cat Dog? All right, we're going to Fox now. It stinks. It stinks. You might have seen him on The Simpsons a few times. On The Simpsons a few times, but Jay Sherman has his own show. Had his own show, The Critic. Now, season one and season two have differences in animation, slightly in story, stuff like that, because shit happens. And then there is like kind of a season three, but it's an internet show, and it's much more like him actually reviewing actual movies. It ran for a while. Yeah, this show is awesome. And the crossover, the first crossover, was A Star Is Burns, which I happen to have. We'll get to that in a second. Uh, Matt Groening hated because he didn't want him crossing over. He wanted the show to be its own deal. I get that, but that's one of the best episodes in the series. And Barney Gumble was just incredible in that one. You know, in this show was hilarious within its own right, especially if you're a movie buff like so. The joke after joke after joke. It is awesome. And Jay Sherman is just that kind of protagonist. He has a kid. He's trying to find love, but shit never works out. His professional life, his love life is crazy. And then season two was a whole motherfucker. But yeah, this show is definitely worth a watch. It really is. It should be easily available. I believe it is. You can stream it. So, from the producers of the Simpsons, I just touched that. Yeah. Now on to one of my favorite cartoons of all time, Dilbert. I love Dilbert so much I even read the comics in the newspaper. Well, I still sometimes read them, but I read them online now on the Yahoo homepage. They're sometimes there. But yeah, back when I read the paper, I would read the obituaries because I was weird, and I read the comics. And one of the comics I read was Dilbert. Yeah, this show is funny, and the guest stars are crazy. Like Jerry Ryan guest stars as a 7 of 9 alarm clock, and she's not feeling Dilbert. And it's hilarious. Stone Cold guest stars in my favorite episode ever. Unfortunately, they use his Invasion theme song, but aside from that, it's hilarious and badass. Yes, there are Stone Cold Stunners. Yes, there are middle fingers. And yes, I'm laughing the whole damn time. It is awesome. I referenced Stone Cold Steve Austin taking over for Judge Mills Lane in Celebrity Deathmatch. Well, in this, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a judge in one of the weirdest court cases ever. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Like Jerry Seinfeld guest stars in the episode, and Dilbert has a lot in common with somebody else who you'll see on this list later on, as they both work crap ass office jobs and have borderline criminal bosses at an organization that might not be on the up and up. And they both wear weird ties and glasses, and Dilbert is going to be seen in a couple episodes of the show as a doll. And speaking of dogs, Dogbert, fucking Dogbert, man. You can see Dogbert a little bit there. Dogbert has been called like Brian Griffin and Stuart Griffin amalgamated, and that's what he is. He's smart but calculating. Like my goodness. And look at these characters. You got the pointy-haired boss we talked about earlier. You got Kathy Griffin, who's like the Mimi. One of the guys now you know what I'm talking about. Drew Carey show. She's like the Mimi of the show. Only no, she's like the Mimi of the show. That's yeah. And fun fact: Kathy Griffin also guest starred on Drew Carey show as a love interest for Drew Carey. And you got Loud Howard, like dang dude, he's always yelling his lines. Catbird, Ratbird. When it was his Tom Kennedy, it's awesome. And I used to always want Dilbert's computer. I still do, even though my cell phone was more powerful. I still want it. And if you're a Simpsons fan, like a few seasons ago, there was an Easter egg where they played the theme song to this TV show for a Dilbert ride. It was awesome. I wish this would come back, man. I don't give a fuck what Scott Adams or whoever, the creator of Dilbert, Scott, whatever his name is. I don't give a fuck about his views. Okay, I don't follow. I'm not in politics. I just love Dilbert. Okay. Guest voice talent includes Jason Alexander, who you'll be seeing real soon on this list. Uh, Andy Dick, yeah. Eugene Levy, Leno, Jerry Seinfeld, like I said, for Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Tom Green, I remember him, and more. Like my goodness, man, this fucking show, it's crazy, and I'm always watching it, always. Like my goodness, man. I talked about Jason Alexander earlier. Want to guess what's next? Fucking Duck, man. Got seasons 1 and 2. 3 and 4, the whole fucking show. That's a wrestling reference. But yeah, this show is crazy. Duckman is a smart ass, angry, womanizing, don't give a fuck type of dude who you're supposed to root for. I mean, look, literally it says, "What the black people like you staring at?" That's hilarious. And Duckman is a private dick. Get it? He's a dick and a private detective. And he even teamed up with Batman one time in the comics. But yeah, this so as crazy and funny as it is, there's a heart in there. There's a real story in there about loss, kind of. I won't get into spoilers, but yeah, about loss and moving on and dealing with that, and covering up for it and all that. And each one of these characters has their time to shine. Really, it is worth their time to go find this somewhere. It's crazy. I know nostalgically talking about it not too long ago. I was already a fan by then, but thanks, critic. Really, look at this artwork, and the music was done by Frank Zappa, and Ahmet Zappa was on the show. Come on, Frank Zappa's doing the music. Come on, man. Come on. And you got the grandma character, Duckman's partner, who's hilarious and deadpan. Uh, you got Duckman's twin sons. You got his older son, his sister-in-law, who's the twin sister of his widow. It's awesome. You see him better on this one, for some reason. Yeah, really love this show. It was aired on USA back in the day. I wish I would have watched this back in the day. I really did. I didn't know anything about it, but I've known about it for a while, and I finally bought it, and I do not regret it. You can hear that. That's notifications going off. But yeah, love this show. And Jason Alexander was the perfect choice to voice him too. Damn. I apologize if you can hear all that. Sticking with animation, one more go. Oh my goodness. It's Deadpool for kids, Freakazoid. And the ironic part is he started out as a serious Batman-like graphic novel, which is funny because in the pilot episode there's a cameo. Yeah. So basically, Freakazoid has the powers of internet, like one of those new warriors about to come out. Only Freakazoid's cool. Okay. And Freakazoid is just something else entirely. Uh, this show was off the walls, crazy with the references, and just like this show so crazy that the writers couldn't keep up. And the intro to talk about a female Freakazoid called Freakazette. She's not in the show. In the pilot, Freakazoid he turns into Freakazoid by saying Freako. They do away with that. He's just Freakazoid all the time. Even this week, like just what? Like he's so crazy that his weakness is this convoluted, complicated thing that nobody in their right mind would do unless they really, really hated him. Like my goodness, freaking love the show. This is season 1. Spielberg presents. Yeah, back when he was doing TV shows. Expect to see one more Spielberg TV show. Oh yeah. Oh man, we're going back to Boomerang when they played actual good shit from back in the day, like they're supposed to. Still have the new Powerpuff Girls. Why not? Why not air the? Why not air the old what? Why not air the old school Powerpuff Girls on Boomerang and then air the new shit on Cartoon Network? I mean, why do you gotta punish us old school fans? Why? Anyway, we got Hong Kong Fooey and his book of Kung Fu. Love this show. Hong Kong Phillies was by Scatman Carruthers from The Shining, or the far more controversial Coon Skins, where he wrote a song called "I'm an N-word man." That's what the ER, and he did not like happy singing it either. But yeah, this show is that cat looks familiar. Really, you see it? Real familiar. And yeah, so Hong Kong Philly, the one, yeah, like Hong Kong. Scatman Carruthers also does the theme song, and it's awesome. This is unopened, but I've obviously seen the show before. And if you look hard enough, you can find that awful, awful, awful Eddie Murphy test footage for what would have been the Hong Kong Phooey movie. Ugh. There's a reason that never happened. There's a reason. I got no more to say about this. I used to love like I used to dream of a team up between I used to dream of a team up between Hong Kong Phooey and Art Dog. If you remember Art Dog, I think they'd be great together. And I would love Hong Kong Phooey to come back. I know Boomerang does those stingers or whatever with Hong Kong Phooey, but I want him to actually come back, And this show is the order do you think it is? Yes, it was on Boomerang. This aired in the 70s though. The 70s. This was awesome, man. This was awesome. Hong Kong Phooey, we're gonna have a die. Dun 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 dun. Hong Kong Phooey. I wonder if the Hong Kong Book of Kung Fu is a real thing, huh? Alright, here's that other Spielberg cartoon I was talking about. I'm not good at impressions, but T-Brain, what do you want to do today? The same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world. The Pinky and the Brain. The Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. The laboratory mice and sound effects and shit. The Pinky and the Brain, brain. Short. This fucking so Rob Paulson and Maurice Lombard are just epic comedy duo here, and this is season one, volume one. For whatever reason, I hate when they do that. Just came with the whole fucking season. Whatever. This show is awesome. Really, really awesome. It's crazy as hell. The writing is so good that if you watch it now, you're gonna notice stuff you didn't notice when you were a kid. Okay, you will. Like with many of Spielberg's animated shows, like even like the whack ass spin-offs, like Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain. Like the writers did not care. They let you know in the intro. Like it's funny as hell. And it happened on you can stream Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain, and I think there's two on Hulu. So do that. Good shit. So it's not there for some reason. Weird. Next up is my all-time favorite cartoon ever, ever, ever. Rocko's Modern Life, the complete fucking series. Yes, my favorite cartoon of all time. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Oh. I had no idea what that was when I was a kid. As a daughter, I'm like, Rocco worked at a phone sex hotline? What? And he was on the phone with Mrs. Big Head. Oh, Rocco, say something dirty, Rocco. Mr. Big Head is a dick. Rocco, shut up, Rocco. Filbert, I'm nauseous. That's what. I like how Spunky's still alive in the Rocco movie from not too long ago. I'm glad they brought it back as a movie. Like, I love the movie. And the trans character, grow the fuck up. Okay, it makes total sense. But yeah. Then you got Heifer. I'm going to try to imitate Heifer. Heifer is Tom Kenny. Rocco is Carlos from Radio 911. Carlos from Radio 911. Uh, that's all I know. Like, Spunky. That theme song about the B-52s. It's awesome. It's so I've always dreamed of Rocco coming back as a movie for years. I would have called it Rocco's Modern Movie or Rocco's Modern Life, the movie. and then it did come back as a movie. You guys don't understand what that meant to me. You don't understand at all what that meant to me. My number one favorite cartoon of all time. Yeah, Alec Carlos Alazraki from Reno 911. And Cat, that's right, he's on Cat Dog. He's the mouse. Winslow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, John Goody SpongeBob. Of course, it was SpongeBob. Camp Lazlo. I remember that. Yeah, created by Joel Murray, who created Camp Lazlo, apparently. Yeah, this show is just essentially an animated Seinfeld, but high. It's about nothing really, just this dude's life, his crazy ass life. Like, I love superheroes, and 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 I love what they did in the Rocco movie with the superheroes. Even though it's a joke that's recurring in a lot of stuff, like in James Silent Bob reboot, I love that joke. And I love the superhero in here, really, really big man, and his weird ass nipples. Oh man. And the woman on the character with the eye patch and the hook, one of the higher ups said, "We need a strong female character with a hook." And that's exactly what they got. It should have been more specific. This show got away with so much. So much. Like, it's legitimately funny as a kid. As an adult, oh, holy crap. Holy crap. Not only funny, but damn. Like, Nickelodeon got away with that? Like, they would go to hell frequently. They would say hell, up here to elevator to hell, before Nickelodeon became huge. They were like, okay, tone that. No more Chucky Chicken, change that. And hell, no, they called it heck, but they wrote over it. It still said hell, but someone put a C in the K, and Chucky Chicken got censored until the movie came back. And it's back to being the Chucky Chicken. Because masturbation is funny, damn it. Oh, man. Yeah, so, and then I remember the one, my favorite one is when Rocco is naked and he's going off. Because Heifer filmed him. Which is, you don't do that, bro. Yeah. And then Norman Bates showed up. That was fucked up, wasn't it? At the Bates Motel. Spelled Baits. Like, yeah. I think that was the controversial one where Rocco and Heifer checked in, only for it to cut to an establishing outside side of the hotel. And you hear Rocco and Heifer making some satisfying sounds. They say they're jumping on the bed, but it's heavily implied to be something else. And remember the bear balls? We're picking berries and Heifer picks one and the bear runs out holding his crotch. Oh man, so much shit. Oh, it's my favorite cartoon of all time, man. Of all time. And now my number two favorite animated cartoon, well, cartoons are animated. My number two animated show of all time, right under Rocco. I've been a fan since 1995, the first two-parter. Since 1995, I caught a rerun. It was Bart the Daredevil. Okay, my favorite episode. I came in just in time for the two-parter, the first two-parter. Who shot Mr. Burns? And they just recently did another two-parter. Not as good. It could have been better actually, but it was okay. They've had their ups, they've had their downs, but they're in my heart permanently. It's The Simpsons. This is the Treehouse of Horror compilation here. It literally just says Simpsons Treehouse of Horror and King and Cuddles special. It's a special King and Cuddles featurette. You know, this is Treehouse of Horror 5, 6, 7, and 12. This is back when they were actually really fucking good and scary. They've been getting better, but this is when they had it. This is when they had it right here. Oh, we're not done with them yet. Talked about Jay Sermon earlier. Yeah, he showed up in season 8, the season of the crossover. Because not only did Jay Sermon show up, so did somebody else we're going to see later on. Two people actually, who only want the truth and want to believe. Scully and Mulder show up in this season right here too. It is one of the craziest, scariest episodes to me. Yeah, I know the plot twist. I know, still, fuck that. They brought up E.T. Why would you bring up E.T.? Why would you do? This season is actually one of the best. This was the very first TV show like collection I brought for my collection. Was this right here? I caught it real cheap at GameStop back when I used to shop there. Not anymore. Or EB Games at the same fucking place. Nope. But yeah, like this season, Roddy Dangerfield shows up. It's the one with the horror house in it and that awesome song. And this is the monorail, the monorail season. What I say? Monorail. You know, late great Phil Hartman, who does Higher Special, which I need to watch. Like this episode, Homer's Phobia, which is a Wikipedia featured article with the one with John Waters guest star. This is the first time talking about that kind of subject matter openly. It was heavily hinted about Smithers, like heavily hinted. I remember them playing with us, fucking with us, because fans would ask them, "What's the deal? What do you want?" Fans would ask them, "What's the deal with Smithers?" And then they would tell us, "Oh well, he worked at the power plant." You're like, you know what we mean? Like, no, this here, this when they actually tackle that kind of subject matter, not with Smithers, but with John Waters, and the very serious topic of homophobia. Hence the title, Homer's Phobia. And you hear Everybody Dance Now by CNC Music Factory. It's fucking awesome. We work hard. We play hard. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody dance now. Like, this season is underrated as crap. It really is. Uh, I watched the holy crap out of the season. The discs are all fucked up, but they still work. That's how much I watched it. This is all I had at one point. So, yeah, this is what started all of this with the TV shows. It's the only season I have in my collection, and you know by now you can stream this. You know. I don't gotta tell you. On Hulu and on Disney Plus if you haven't. Holy crap, that wraps up cartoons. I think we're about the halfway point. Maybe a little more. Hour 16 minutes. Oh my goodness. I'm not editing none of this shit. Fuck that. Uh, okay. I should have cut this up into segments. What you gonna do? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Badass women. How about that? First up, season 1 of Alias. Love this show. I'll be honest, I started watching it because I like Jennifer Garner. And I got the game too. And it's surprisingly okay. It's a spy thriller. An okay spy thriller. Not a great spy thriller. It's okay. But yeah, this show is Jennifer Garner plays Sydney Bristow, and she frequently, as you can tell by the cover, goes undercover. And well, damn, yeah, and it's action, some comedy, some badassery. Victor Garber's in it. Yeah, you know, like this is one of those shows I just really, really grew to love a lot. And I wish they would come back with an Alias movie, because she still does action movies. So why not? Everything else is coming back. Right, next up is something that is coming back at some point. At some point, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes sir, yes sir. Season 1, and I got season 1 because I'm rewatching it. This is where I'm at right now. Same with Alias. That's where I'm at right now. Um, and you see that stream that on Netflix. I don't know if you can now. Buffy, you can stream in places, so have at it. And I'm having so many with these people interrupting me here. I've had many debates with them about the characters in this show, especially Willow. Fuck Willow. I like Allison Hannigan. I do. Willow sucks ass. She does. Oh my goodness. Like my goodness, no. But this show is awesome. Really is. It's horror. It's action. Badass women, especially Buffy right there. It is the perfect companion to the Buffy movie. Oh man, also by Joss Whedon. Uh, I keep hearing about a crossover between this and Winona Earp. I mean, I'll watch it, but Winona Earp, I think it's a crossover with something else, something you might see later on. It makes more sense, but okay, sir. I've read a little bit of the comics. I've played a little bit of the video games, which is surprisingly good. Who knew? I'm a Buffy fan. Not so much Angel. I didn't like that he got the spinoff at all. I didn't like that character at all. In the movie Valentine, he's in there, and he's like, "Well, he's not Angel." I'm like, "Ha ha 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 ha," whatever. So yeah, love Buffy. And now The Witches 3, the original Tron one. Well, maybe not so original according to the new show, which yes, I watch, even though it's terrible. I don't know why, but I watch it. I watched the original too. I watched it when I was a kid. Uh, my favorite aunt is a huge fan of this show. She tried to watch the original. I don't know if she still does. She did not like it. I would not blame her. But this is season one with Shannon Doherty and not Rose Cohn, as you can see. Um, this show, yes, this show did so much for women in how they're portrayed. It did so much of what the current show does now, but way better. They've all said so. We all know so. Like, and they didn't put it in your face. They didn't spell it out for you and all that. Also, like, it just they whooped ass. Like, they really did. Like, I know Robert Englund showed up in one episode. That was awesome. And my favorite episode, later than whooping ass, where they had a tag team match player against Booker T and Buff Bagwell. Oh, and Scott Steiner. Yeah, it was hilarious and awesome. This was WCW era too, so yeah. This is the first season. That's where I'm at. It's just so easy to stream. It's on Netflix. It's on Amazon. It's on everything, man. Just watch it. It's good shit. Especially if you watch the current one. Like, catch up, man. I'm rewatching it right now. So, okay. I thought I had more strong women than that. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Caught up. Oh, I do have more. I do have more. Okay. Keeping with our theme of strong women who kick ass. None of them kick as much ass as Max Guevara, Jessica Alba, Dark Angel. I love the show. I have the game too. The game to beat 'em up. It's okay. I get tired of those quick, but her commentary on it keeps me going. This show is awesome. Uh, it is post-apocalyptic, not post-apocalyptic. It is cyberpunk, which I love cyberpunk stuff. And yes, Michael Weatherly, he's in it. He's eyes only. I didn't too much like him then, and then now, whatever. She whooped so much ass. That's the main reason I watched the show for that. And I had a crush on her. I have a crush on her. Like, yeah. And she plays. She's a clone. Not a clone. She's like some kind of soldier, a super soldier, if you will, created. And she escaped that life, trying to live a normal life, and trying to do that takes its toll on her. Like her. What the hell? Oh, you ordered something? Okay, good. That's cool. Like, like she has to take this stuff to stay alive, and she doesn't. There's like addiction. She goes through all the phases. That's just one of the episodes. Like, it's really awesome. That theme song too by MC Light is awesome. That's on YouTube. This I'm sure you can stream somewhere. I don't know where. I'm sure you can. And I have both seasons. I know season two. A lot of people don't like it. I don't remember it, so maybe I will like it. I don't know. I am watching this right now as we speak with Farscape and another show that I watch. Hold on. Never mind. Along with something else. But yeah, like I'm actually watching Dark Angel as we speak with Farscape right now. Like we watching it, and it's still so kick ass. It really is. And Jensen Ackles, when he ain't show up yet. I ain't get that far, but I know once he does, shit's gonna take off. So yeah. This next one is Le Femme Fatale. It is Le Femme. It is Nikita, not the CW one. No, it is Le Femme Nikita, the other U.S. Nikita TV show with Peter Wilson as Nikita. Wow, That opening is so 90s. I love it. I do. You get a good idea of the time, and once again, she just whooped so much ass. I don't care for the love angle between that dude, because of whatever. I'm in for the ass kicking and the craziness, the over the top characters that they gotta fight. Like, well, who's it this time? Somebody you gotta flirt with. Oh, really? Not you. Him. You never know. Like, what? Like, yeah. And yes, I have Point of No Return in my collection, our Americanized version of Nikita, the film of Nikita. I don't have the original, but I will get it. I've seen it. It's awesome. I'll get it. But yeah, this TV show is the so yeah the fatal film you can't take your eye exactly you can't take your eyes from, like, yeah. And I have seasons one, season two. Okay. Attention all field operatives. Initiate second season reconnaissance. And season three. And I don't usually do this, but I bought all three of these at once. I was that excited for it. And I'm watching this right now too, as we speak. Season three. New missions, new excitement. The spy series from the creators of 24? Really? Huh. Well, yeah, this was so popular that when it went off, the fans reached out and asked them to bring it back, and they did for one more season. So, Kentucky asked for a revival when it's already had one. Oh, and I know Peter Wilson's a model, and model actresses aren't the best actresses. She's good as Nikita. She's good. Her being a model helps her as Nikita, I think. Helps her sell that shit. And this next one is more comedy than I remember. I'm watching this too as we speak. Sea Spies. I Yes, the first season. Season two is not available at all. This was you could used to be able to stream this on Hulu with season two. You can't now. Don't know why. So this is all we get. And Natasha Henstridge is in this. I used to watch this along with her other show at the time, Cleopatra 2525, which is impossible to find. At a good price. Um, I thought this was an action show, a Charlie's Angels type action show, and it is, but it's also way more comedy than it needs to be. Like, wow. It's like I know it's a parody of Charlie's Angels, I guess, but damn, you know. Um, like, yeah, like, expect that. Like, you can't stream this. I know that for a fact. Not anymore. So maybe you can look out and find it somewhere, like I did. Yeah, good show. Good show. Not what I remember, but I don't hate it. Okay. Holy crap. Ugh. Okay. Hour and a half. I think this is a good point for a break. Hold tight.